Right, this is a quick walk around video for a Honda CR-V. This is a 2 litre EX automatic petrol. Car's FX60YVY. Mileage on the car is 56,000 miles, but a wonderful looking car. Finished in white, which is really, this colour is really in vogue at the moment. But what sets this car apart over and above most is the huge amount of options fitted to the vehicle. Clearly you can see there, you've got this dynamic body kit which comprises this hefty looking front bumper with rear bumper treatment as well. Rear spoiler, just looks fantastic on the car. The car's fitted with optional 18-inch Honda alloys, and the side bars you see fitted there as well. But a really good looking car. Condition of the car is absolutely superb, it really is. It's one of the cleanest we've ever seen. But all the lenses on the front there, completely good and intact. Stone chipping on the front is absolutely minimal. You're going to have to get a microscope out to try and find any, I'm afraid. Really is very crisp indeed. Coming down the off side of the vehicle, again, very clean and crisp. Can't see an indentation anywhere on that side of the vehicle. Tyres got absolutely tons of tread on it, and a brand new set of discs, front discs and pads fitted the vehicle very recently as part of our pre-delivery inspection. Coming along to the back of the car, again another Dunlop tyre, front's Dunlop as well, again loads of tread, alloy completely unmarked as is the front one, and rear brake pads were fitted as well at the same time as on the pre-delivery inspection. Coming to the back of the car, one of my favourite angles for these vehicles. Got this high level spoiler, deep rear bumper, really sets it off absolutely beautifully. Come around the back of the car, again all ever so clean. I said I can't really find any abrasion of any sort of note of the car, just get the leaf off there. There isn't anything untoward. And then near side of the vehicle, again as with the offside, absolutely as clean as a whistle, it really is. I mean, clearly it isn't a new car, but it's in a condition that's as close to new as I've ever seen on a used car of this age and mileage. Rear alloy, again, absolutely unmarked, Dunlop tyre, tons and tons of tread on it. And then coming down the flank of the car, finishing off, all good. Final Dunlop tyre, always a good sign of ownership, good brand tyre on the car, and alloy absolutely unmarked. But overall, looking at the exterior of a vehicle, I said clearly and easily one of the cleanest examples we've ever had. Coming into the boot area, all the original goodies are intact, which is good to see. So the tonneau cover here, that's there as well. Back, middle shelf, again all intact. You can just pop those out. What's nice about this car, again, good sign of ownership. They've invested in one of these load liners, which keeps the carpeted area under there pretty much like new. So again, just a really good little box tick to say, you know, the last owners cut this car beautifully. Coming into the back of the car now, rear door card all very good. Absolutely massive amount of legroom in the back of these CR-Vs. These seats are also actually on runners, so you can, if you wish, if I'll just pan down there, actually you just see it, little bar there, just pull that up and you pull the seat forward a good 7 or 8 inches or so. Back of the seats on the front there, really clean and crisp. Not always a given on CR-Vs, kids kicking the back of them, you know, they always get the odd little mark, but this is one of the cleanest I've ever seen. And the leatherwork is in absolutely stunning condition, it really is. Coming to the front now, driver's door card, again, absolutely wonderful condition. Just got a little paper mat there to cover over the mats. The interior mats, as with the rest of the car, in absolutely stunning condition as well. They almost look like brand new. Leatherwork on the seat, really good. Only minor amount of kind of age-related wear that you'd expect to see on any car. And again, passenger seat just looks like a new seat, really. And if I look up here, this lovely big panoramic roof on lovely hot summer's days, whenever they come around again. You can just close the blind over like that if you so wish. But on dull, miserable days like today, oops, there's you press the button again. Have it open, it really brightens up the interior. So sat in the car now, engine's running as it has been all the way through. Just to quickly show you down here, got the full owner's manual pack and navigation system guide there as well, and the lock and wheel nut key for the vehicle. Interior of the car, at the front here, pretty much looks exactly as new. I mean, it really is incredibly clean and crisp. In here, you got your USB lead there, so you can put your iPhone or otherwise in there. Sat nav system, all fully functional. Pop it into reverse, and you've got a lovely crystal clear rear camera on there as well. Ventilation system works absolutely perfectly. All the switches absolutely spot on. The automatic gearbox lever, as you can see there, again all in fine fettle. Down the middle here, we've got heated seats, all working absolutely perfectly. We'll check these out as part of our pre-delivery inspection. And inside here, if I can just come back a second, you can hopefully see, oops a daisy, it's probably a bit dark there, sorry about that, but there is little ports there for extra power ports. Coming across to the multifunction steering wheel, obviously audio top left, cruise control top right, HFT switches on the bottom left there, and information display on the bottom right. Coming into the dashboard, see there 56,869 miles, and there's no warning lights on the vehicle at all. But every switch works absolutely perfectly. Nothing we found on the car doesn't work. We've had given it a thorough check over to show you the power folding mirrors working exactly as they should, which you'd expect them to. So finally, just to finish the video off, we've got a wonderful service history here comprising 7 stamps in the book. Serviced at 11, 23, 34, 35 with a diff oil change, 41, 47, and we've just done it at 56,000 miles. What should follow now will be a road test vehicle of this very car. Right, this is the road test video for a Honda CR-V. This is a 2-litre EX automatic. Car's covered 56,862 miles and is registered FX60YVY. The reason we do the road tests is that we want our customers to see the cars in operation prior to coming to see us. That way, if there's any issues with the vehicle, we can let you know about them before you come to us. Worth pointing out that the road tests are done also on the roads very close to our premises where any prospective buyer will be testing the cars. So in that sense should be representative of hopefully what you should feel yourself. What I always do on the videos is start with the engines and then work through the major mechanicals of the car for you. Obviously Honda VTEC engine, 2-litre. This particular example, very well looked after car mechanically. Engine starts instantaneously, absolutely as smooth as it was ever intended to be. Really willing engine, very well suited to the gearbox as well actually. Absolutely sings its heart out if you push it on. But you know, a wonderful unit. There's no warning lights relating to the engine or any other part of the car for that matter on the dashboard. But the engine in essence is, as new. I mean, it just revs so sweetly, so keenly, without any vibrations or flutters or anything. Engine then goes through to the Honda automatic gearbox, another classic Honda auto box, beautifully judged gear changes, just really tight feel to the gearbox, which the Japanese do so well. You know, it feels robust. We've never ever touched one, even with massive mileages on them, and this one is, incredibly taut. Nice quick shifting, quick to respond, a little kick down there, just a gentle brush of the throttle, but it really does. Yeah, it's just a lovely tightness to the whole car actually. But in terms of engine and gearbox, you're not going to fault it. It really works well as a combination. Worth pointing out also that these Honda boxes use what's referred to as grade logic, which is a really clever system. It stops the gearbox kind of hunting up and down the gears unnecessarily on inclines if it's at all possible to do so. It just makes for a much more relaxing drive. As I'm driving along, the car track's absolutely bullet straight. Steering's absolutely, again, not an ounce of wear in it, which will become, probably a bit of a theme to this video. The steering's beautifully judged. There's no wobble, there's no vibrations, there's no tram lining from the steering. But what there isn't at all either is even a hint of wear in it anywhere. Likewise, the suspension of the car, very nice riding cars, very controlled. You can hear it going over the bumps, which I'd hope you should be able to do so. But what I'm not getting is any of those kind of wear and tear sort of clanks and bangs and shudders that you get with some used cars. This feels, said, literally every bit as tight as it did when it came off the production line. The clanks and bangs are normally things like kind of track rod ends or little drop links, which are designed to wear. You know, they're not unsafe, but they just make the car feel a bit old and a bit clattery. But this one's all in very, very, very good order. Brakes on the car, absolutely spot on, and the reason I know that is because when I first drove the car I thought the pedal was a little bit on the long side, and I checked the front discs and pads, and whilst they would probably have passed an MOT, they weren't up to our standards. So the car's actually had new discs and pads on the front, and a new set of pads on the back. Again, they were low, but they weren't. They would not even have been advisory, possibly, I don't know, but they were. They've been changed as well. The discs were good on the back, so they're all absolutely fine. Also, as I drive along, listening out for kind of noises that really shouldn't be there, kind of wind noises or hisses from seals indoors where they might have been accidentally damaged, but it's all very subdued, very quiet at the legal limit here, and it's all, you know, it's a very, very calm car to drive. It's just, you know, very, very smooth. I've had umpteen of them, almost too many to count these days, and I love them. Always come back to them. They're, you know, brilliant family car. Looking around the rest of the interior of the car, kept in absolutely stunning condition. It really has. That, you know, I know to my cost, bless them, that, you know, having kids in the back of CRVs, you know, they're kind of like mobile play dens. You know, back of the seats get kicked about. The plastics can be skagged relatively easily by, you know, kids. You know, it's not to say they're not well built, they certainly are, but, you know, they are designed and built for a purpose, and they're often used for that purpose. So you can see CRVs which may look very nice on the outside, but when you get inside they can be a little bit battered about. This one has been kept, you know, treated with kid gloves. It's beautiful condition. All the plastics in here, and they look, you know, virtually factory fresh, and we've not touched or cleaned this car yet. You know, it's going to be a 2-minute job. We can't really improve on what's in here, to be honest with you. But all the plastics in really fine order. This is obviously the facelift version, the 2010 model, and these benefited from a whole host of improvements. You know, noise insulation. There's mechanical stuff as well under the skin, different sort of suspension and steering geometries. Other things inside, better quality sort of plastics around these areas, less mark resistant, or more mark resistant, I should say. In the little cubby hole here, we've got a little USB lead, so you can charge your phone and play your, you know, iTunes or whatever phone, you know, download the music you might have on your phone. Being a dinosaur, I don't really understand that stuff, but there we go. Obviously, this is an EX spec. You know, as you'll probably know from the preceding walk around video, you know, it has this beautiful dynamic kit. But it also comes standard on the EX with a whole host of options way over and above the ES model, and they include obviously this lovely black leather interior, heated leather seats which all work beautifully, big glass panoramic roof with the electric blind, again that's absolutely fine. Sat nav system fully functional. Quite a late disc has been put into this car as well. I think they've updated the disc. That obviously, pop it into reverse, you've got a lovely parking camera, it's nice and neat and easy to use. Climate control system works absolutely beautifully. We always check the air conditioning as part of the pre-delivery inspection, which has been done, and it belts out lovely cold air. Not that you could particularly need it on days like today because it's quite chilly actually, but it all works with a beautiful precision. Coming to the dashboard, lovely clear legible dials. You know, I prefer it to the later version, which I've got myself. Temperature gauge running at 1/3, which is where obviously it wants to be on any Honda car, but really nicely laid out. Then we've got auto lights, auto wipers, all working perfectly. We've got cruise control, just set it there, absolutely fine, works beautifully as well. But what the video can't really get across is just how crisp and how nicely maintained this car is being. Yeah, genuinely, it's easy to say, but I don't think you'll find a nicer one. The purpose of the test drive is to pick up on issues and faults. I kind of did that earlier on when I first drove the car with the brakes, and they've been attended to, so that's sort of ticked off the box. Other than that, I can't find anything, and don't think for a second I wouldn't mention it, because I always do, you know, as my other videos will testify to. But this particular car drives absolutely beautifully. You know, whoever's lucky enough to buy it will be buying a really, really fine car. But if I've missed anything out on this test drive, then obviously don't hesitate. Please do give me a call. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may well have.